Alright everyone, now since I can't really shoot my crossbows because of all renovations going on in the house, the garden's a bit of a tip, I just thought I'd make a comparison video which hopefully will prove useful to anyone confused out there. Now I'm probably going to get the names of these mixed up quite a few times, but just bear with me. So the crossbow on the left, see if we can do this without making a mistake. This is the Tomcat 2. This is the newer version, well the new version, recently released. And the crossbow on the right is the Mark II Tomcat. Now obviously it's an improvement over the Mark I Tomcat, but I'll get into that later. Right, so the crossbow on the right, the Mark II Tomcat. This has been around for a good few number of years now. It was an improvement on the Mark I Tomcat, which is mostly ABS construction, quite lightweight and a lot cheaper. This is mostly aluminium. It's an 80-pound draw weight, and it has the revolutionary cocking mechanism with this large metal lever. You grab onto that, and as you can see, highly efficient. Makes cocking an 80-pound pistol crossbow really easy. Got an ambidextrous safety and 20mm rail, but other than that, that's your lot. Now these have been around for a good few number of years and they have been incredibly popular, probably the most popular pistol crossbow in the UK. It wasn't just Armex making them, they've been licensed out to many other companies, but they're pretty much all the same. I mean, the likes of Armex, you'll have better quality control with them over some of the Chinese importers and whatnot, but as it stands, the crossbow, it's been incredibly successful, quite affordable, and it's just one of them things. It's always going to be recognisable, it's always going to be known as the go-to pistol crossbow basically for someone starting out. Now, it was an 80 pounds advertised draw weight, but you didn't get 80 foot-pounds of energy. I think it actually worked out, you was getting around 50 foot-pounds of energy. There were ways to modify it. I mean, someone called Tumbo 1984, he figures out a way to get a lot more power out of these by, I think he shortened down another pistol crossbow prod, and as it prepped up here, and you actually did get a lot of more power. I think you actually managed to shoot through a fridge door with a with the pistol crossbow. That's bloody impressive. But as these go, very basic, very cheap, but they're not going anywhere. I believe they're still being sold and supported. So hopefully, with the introduction of the new Tomcat 2, these might end up being a little cheaper and even more accessible to people. Now the Tomcat I knew I'd get that wrong. The Tomcat 2. This is where things change. No longer is it solely a pistol configuration, it's more of a carbine with this short stock. Now the stock, is it useful? Yes and no. It's a bit too short, I think. I would have liked it if it was a bit longer, or extendable at the very least. I mean, you can shoulder it, it's not stopping you, but it just feels like it's a bit too up in your face. Now, the construction went from almost entirely aluminium to almost completely synthetic. Now, you may be thinking that's a bit of a downgrade. And honestly, I can't really say it is, but there are some personal preferences to be had, I will admit. So the new synthetic construction is pretty much a trend with crossbows all around. My Anglo Arms Panther, that's almost entirely synthetic. A lot of the higher end Excalibur crossbows, I believe they're going down the synthetic line now. And you're probably thinking, synthetic means it's going to be a lightweight, and this is very lightweight. Even with it having a much bigger form factor than the older Mark II Tomcat, it's probably a good third lighter. I mean, you're holding it in your hands and you feel surprised, you're thinking, where's the rest of it gone? Now, just because it's light doesn't mean it's flimsy. Now, I'm going to grab it here, pistol grip in the foregrip. I'm trying to bend this. Absolutely nothing. No flex whatsoever. It's as rigid as you want it to be. Now, the cocking mechanism remains pretty much the same, although there's a slight change. You no longer obviously have the metal lever at the back. You push this button and it almost operates entirely the same. Now the string on this is a bit stiff because I haven't used it all that much, but it also offers a bit more flexibility for cocking. So if you ever found the old Tomcat to be a bit hard to cock, the shoulder stock on this can actually be braced into your leg, and you can also cock it this way. So it's a little easier just in case you don't have the strength, maybe a bit older or younger, maybe the arthritis might be playing up, but it's more accessible. The technology around the auto safety, the trigger mechanism and whatnot, that's all been drastically improved. As much as I love the old Mark II Tomcat, I've got to admit it was very simple and very basic. But yeah, the technology around this has been improved multi-times over. You do have your standard 20mm, so I can't get my words out, you do have your standard 20mm rail, and I have to say the included sights are absolutely fantastic, they are spot on. Now the old sights on the original Mark II Tomcat, just got rid of them, they were useless, but these sights are spot on. Honestly, I don't really see the need at short range to put a scope on it. I probably will, but hey, these sights are just fantastic out the box. But one of the biggest features obviously is the included 20mm undermounted rail. Now you do get this foregrip with it, which is very nice, so obviously the potential for upgrades is almost limitless. I mean, I'm thinking of personally putting like a laser light torch like combination thing on there, because obviously if I do fancy practicing some midnight archery spontaneously, if you know what I mean, it's, you know, I've got everything I need in a compact package. Now the draw weight on this is still advertised as 80 foot-pounds, but I do believe from what Armex have said themselves that you are getting more power out of it. Now I haven't managed to do any tests as of yet, and I believe the only crossbow, I've mentioned this in the other video, the only pistol crossbow that does actually output 80 foot-pounds is, it's either Horizon or Horizon, the redback, the crossbow they make. It's actually a little similar to this, doesn't look too far off the chassis. But obviously there are some styling differences, and it is, you know, a different crossbow really. But I do believe Armex are the only ones making these at the minute. It will more than likely be licensed out eventually to other producers, so hopefully that does bring the price down. Actually though, these aren't too bad really, they're about £35 if you get them from Blades and Bows. Whether that stock lasts or not I can't guarantee, because as soon as these became available I imagine they would have started selling like hotcakes. So what you'll probably find is they'll go in and out of stock for a couple of months whilst, you know, they get manufacturing underway and they start, you know, learning what the demand is, and eventually, you know, they'll start understanding the peak demand and they'll start getting them out there. But yeah, that's just pretty much a comparison between the two crossbows. Hopefully I've not gone off into a bit too much rambling about stuff, but yeah, it's just a little good side by side, just to let you know what's what, what's different, what's improved, and hopefully the shooting videos will be uploaded soon. I mean, we're getting a skip on Friday, so hopefully that means, you know, I can get out in the garden and get shooting. But if not, I'll just have to put some other videos up in the time being. So yeah, thanks for watching.